Hello everybody, this is Abraham. Today what I have for you is two Mac computers that we're going to be changing something about. There's nothing that we're going to be changing about that one, it's just to show. This one we're going to be making into a Windows computer. And not only a Windows computer, but Windows 10 computer with everything working on it. So we'll delve deeper into it. To give this system an edge, we're going to be using an SSD. And this is really what I wanted to make the video about. So what we're going to do is talk about placement of the hard drive within a system. First, I want to tell you what not to do. I'm going to bring this closer. Somebody has attempted, and actually did, put a small hard drive into the place for a big hard drive. This is an example of what not to do. Here are the errors. Error number one, the thermal sensor. This is not a thermal sensor. This is a connector to the 3.5-inch hard drive that has the thermal sensor built in. So somebody decided to just tape a connector to the hard drive. This is actually quite funny, and expected the system to work properly. Now the system will work. This is, as you can see, just a connector. The problem with this is fans will start revving up because the motherboard does not get information from the hard drive. So this is a funny solution. It doesn't actually do anything. Next thing that the person did is they used hot glue to glue this bracket to the back of the computer. Do not ever use hot glue. Everything in here gets warm, sometimes hot. Hot glue will not hold very long. So it really didn't hold anything, and a piece of hot glue actually fell into the fan and stopped it from spinning, overheating the whole thing. Very funny. So you can see here's the hot glue. It didn't hold anything, and there was more hot glue holding it all in place. Here's some residue on the bottom. I believe that's where it, here. That's a similar piece that I found inside there. Do not put hot glue on a metal, it doesn't work. If you need to do something silly like this, use an epoxy. In this computer, this is a 27-inch Mac, we have ability to put 3 hard drives in. So one would go in a normal place, the other can be replaced, the CD-ROM can be replaced, and there is one more location under the CD-ROM, and motherboard, actually, believe it or not, has provision for it. In one of my videos I show that. The bracket for mounting the hard drive, I believe it goes in like that, or somehow, yeah, I think it goes in like that. This is the hard drive that I pulled out from a system that had the second hard drive from the factory, and this is how it was mounted. I didn't realize that Apple actually did 2 hard drive systems. I also have a video about that, so if you want to take a look. With CD-ROMs, we have these kinds of doohickeys where you would put a hard drive in here, connect it, a SATA hard drive, and on the back you can see there are several different types of connectors. The top one is SATA, and these two are PATA, different kinds of PATA. You can put a SATA hard drive. There is a SATA to PATA converter in there, and you can connect your regular CD-ROM connector to add another hard drive. And use an external CD-ROM if you have to. A lot of people don't use CD-ROMs anymore, but this is the solution to put in here to add another hard drive. So this system would accommodate 3 hard drives. You can put 3 SSDs, you can put 1 SSD and 2 data drives, or leave a CD-ROM and have SSD and data drive. Okay, that's this system. So this system is what not to do under any circumstances. Do not ever use hot glue. It only causes problems. So overheating caused this computer to fail completely. It's basically heading for the garbage can. All right, this computer here. This one we're going to be spending a little more time on. So hang on a minute, let me make some space. To put a hard drive in this system and leave the CD-ROM in place, because we just don't need to replace it, I'm going to be using this bracket. This is the best bracket that I found that holds a hard drive, SSD in place, and has all the mounting. You can actually put 2 SSDs, one on each side. Let's see. Yeah, I have another one. So see, they get mounted on both sides. You can, if you want to, that would be a good solution for the 27-inch without having to find a proper brackets to mount this thing. This bracket comes from Dell. The part number on it is, don't know if it can be seen. Come on, camera. I see what's going on. All right. It is 0R494D. Look. Yep. There. Come on, camera. 0R494D. You can find them. They're not cheap. I'm sure you can find cheaper, just piece of metal bent and has holes on it. But this one I absolutely like. This is really good. We're gonna put, the normal mounting studs for the Mac, and just stick it in the place where it's supposed to go. Just like that, lock it. Different Macs have different ways of locking the hard drive. Make sure you save the hardware, and you can just attach it to this bracket and enjoy how the computer is solid. Okay, this drive is not going anywhere. There is no lots of holes, lots of cooling. Very good solution. I like it. One problem with this on this particular Mac is the cord. The SATA cord is a little short, and what we need to do is over here, I took the fan and speaker out and pulled the SATA cord from under the power cord and put it over the top of the power cord. That gives me this angle here and about an extra inch of SATA cable. Let's plug in, just do it this way, the power, SATA, and boom, everything is perfect. Let's continue. I'm gonna put the fan back on. If you take the fan back on, take fan off, make sure there is no dust under there. I did clean this system thoroughly, but always helps to run a finger over the radiator cores and make sure that there is no extra dust anywhere. Come on, let's see. How interesting. There was a manufacturer's defect on there. Whoever put the screw in, put it not through the rubber piece, but actually damaged the rubber. Rubber isn't critical for computer operation. It is critical for noise. However, I didn't find this computer to be particularly noisy, so apparently the amount of noise that it fixes or reduces is not very high. But if I see the problem, let's fix the problem. There's another rubber gasket that, sorry, not gasket, spacer that came out. Whenever I turn on the camera, these computers don't want to cooperate. They don't want to be on camera. The fan is in place. Let's place the speaker back in. Put the screw back in. Let's hope it goes through the gasket, the spacer. Get it on the other side. I'm right-handed, so the right hand has more power. Gotcha. We have this computer assembled. Just put the screen on and test it. This computer, I already put the Windows 10 on. I'm sorry, this hard drive already has Windows 10. And I found it to be the easiest way to add Windows 10 to an Apple machine that is Intel. So this one is Intel. This is a Core 2 Duo, but it's a fast Core 2 Duo, so Windows works quite well on this machine. Let's plug it in. Turn it on. Hope that it works. One thing to note, first of all, I only connected the bottom lights. The top, that's why it's darker on top, so no worries there. One thing to note is there is a white screen on Macs that start Windows. And the white screen lasts a lot longer than I would expect, like on the Windows computers when you have BIOS loading. It does discourage a little bit that there is no any kind of Mac logo or anything, just a white screen. No ding, no boom, no sound. It's just white screen. And after, as you can see, quite a lengthy time, turns black and it starts loading Windows. To completely finish the installation of Windows, as I mentioned before, what you want to do is take a computer, any Windows computer, and load Windows on it like you would reload an operating system on a Windows machine. Then take that hard drive and plug it into Apple, and this is what you're going to get. I mean, you're going to get less than this. You're going to get bad graphics. You're going to get no sound, all kinds of weird issues. And because these older Apple machines, Apple doesn't want anybody to fix them, use them. They want you to throw it out and get yourself a new brand spanking new Apple for $3,000. Why not? We can reanimate it. What you need is, let me get it. You need this. System 1056. If you can lay your hands on this disk, you will have all the drivers that you will ever need for setting up this machine. This includes Windows partition on the CD-ROM, and it has all the drivers, all of them. The drivers are packed in form, they're kind of zipped. You can get yourself a WinRAR, so WinRAR. Just Google it. It's a free software that unpacks files that are packed in their catalogs, basically, on this disk. Let me show you. In the bootcamp directory, you will find files like this. It says right here, NVIDIA chipset 64. You can right click on it once you install the WinRAR and open archive, and you can pull out the drivers that you need. The ones that you're gonna need are audio, HD audio, SM bus, SMU. Those are chipset drivers. If you run the installer, the Windows 10 will not install it. But if you pull them out, they give you, let me close this, don't need it. They give you the original old style drivers. And you could just point to the location of the driver through the device manager. So you can see on this machine, here's the device manager. And there are no drivers that are missing. Interestingly, once you plug in the Windows, let it run updates. It'll find a lot of drivers. But some drivers, it'll say no, and you can't install them and you can't do anything. They're not available. But if you find the driver that you need this is actually Leopard. On a Leopard disk, the Windows will install update for that driver. How interesting is that? That's what I found out. Hopefully, this helps somebody save money and reanimate a computer that otherwise would be destined for landfill. Let's see if we can watch some movie just to see. Just to hear the sound and see the lag indicator. Anything? Let's find something. Oh, here, Saturday Night Live.
That's the guac smasher?
The guac smasher.
You know what's in all of this food.
Yes. Onions and cilantro. Get all those ingredients in there.
It is fresh.
Fresh every day.
After a very long absence, here once again to look
How
at
about
people
that?
and places in the news is Weekend Updates Opera.
As you can see, no lag. Computer performs beautifully. It is a very fast system. Windows 10 takes this computer and makes it into a very good computer. I believe this one is 3.0 gigahertz. So very good computer, I would definitely not put it in the landfill. And in fact, every Mac that has outlived its Mac life can be converted to Windows for now, at least. I don't know what Apple is going to do with their Apple chips and whatnot. But these computers are perfectly good Windows computers and can have a second life. Hopefully, this helps somebody save money. Enjoy your day. Give me likes and bye bye.